Hello everyone. Generally, it's considered that indigenous sugar types are less dangerous as compared to the pure industrially manufactured sucrose. Among the industrially produced sugars, brown sugar is considered less dangerous than the table sugar. But is that true? Nutritionally data can help us dissect that. My name is Dr. Ammar. I am Assistant Professor Food Science and Technology in the Islamia University of Bahawalpur. First of all, let me ask you, do you know what is our daily sugar requirement? What are the available industrial and indigenous sources of sugar for our daily household purposes? And finally, which sugar source is nutritionally more dangerous, the indigenous one or the industrially processed one? Consuming too much sugar can disturb our metabolism, increase our body weight, and has been associated with increased risk of cardiovascular diseases and diabetes. Generally, you ingest sugar from two sources. Firstly, the fruits and vegetables, and number two are the added sugars in our manufactured foods. Sugar is added in various food products as a flavoring ingredient, texturizer, humectant, and preservative, besides several other uses. The first source is considered safer, the recommendations for which I have given in another video. However, we must follow the daily dietary recommendations regarding the added sugar in our foods. Do you know currently how much added sugar we consume daily? The average worldwide annual consumption is about 24 kilograms. That is about 65 grams per day, besides that is eaten from fruits and vegetables. That means about 16 spoons sugar per day per person. These give about 250 calories. Remember, this is the average number. Hence, there are people who consume relatively less, and there will be also the people who overconsume the added sugars. These people who overconsume it are at the highest risk. The daily average dietary requirement is about 2000 calories for a sedentary man. I have described in detail the factors on which the total required calories are calculated. Remember, the total calories from the added sugars should not increase the 10% of the total daily need, that is about 200 calories, which mean about 13 tablespoons, which is an average. That means more than 50% of the world population is over consuming the added sugar in the form of ice cream, tea, sweets, desserts, processed fruits and juices, carbonated beverages, etc. So the milestone is quite clear. Now let's discuss what are the available industrial and indigenous sources of sugar which we daily use for our daily household purposes, as well as are added in our processed foods and sweets. Industrially, the sugar is produced from two major sources, that is, sugar beet and sugar cane. The industrially produced sugar is essentially sucrose. But after increased research evidence of involvement of sucrose towards metabolic problems and causing various diseases, the industry has introduced brown sugar. However, the overall portion of brown sugar in the total worldwide sugar production is not very significant as compared to the overall sugar production worldwide. The indigenous product made from sugarcane is called jaggery. Jaggery is also called gur. It is made from sugar juice and is considered an equivalent of sugar in villages, mainly in several Asian sugar producing countries. Some other indigenous sugar products include khand and shakkar as well. Here is a point of wonder for you. Is the sugar obtained from sugar beet or sugar cane same? Moreover, it is thought that the brown sugar is less dangerous as compared to the common table sugar. Also, it is considered that indigenously produced sugar products such as jaggery is safer than the industrially produced ones or brown sugar. What is Europe? In my previous lecture, I taught you how to collect the authentic nutrition data of different foods from Google as well as from USDA. Based upon that tutorial, now you can find yourself the truth about the nutrition. There could be discrepancies between the data of both the sources, hence you need to be carefully comparing the data from both these sources. This is the nutritional profile of sugarcane juice. So just type nutritional data as calories, total carbohydrates, total sugars, sucrose, glucose and fructose, etc. This is the nutritional profile of sugar cane juice, but it seems a misleading data because it tells you that 100 grams give you about 270 calories because it contains 73 grams of sugar, which seems too much. Let's confirm it from here. Click the USDA nutritional source link at the bottom of this data and view the details. It was actually the data of sugar cane syrup, which is misleading. We needed the data of sugar cane juice instead. Let's search it from USDA database. It tells that it gives about 100 grams. Its 100 grams give about 49 calories because it contains about 11.51 grams of total carbohydrate, which contain about 8.5 grams of sugar. No other details about the types of sugar is provided here. The Google data shows that about 100 grams of beet juice gives about 43 calories because it contains about 10 grams of total carbohydrates, which contain about 7 grams of total sugars. The USDA data also confirms this information. The Google data shows that about 100 grams of table sugar gives you about 387 calories because it contains about 100 grams of total sugar. The USDA data also confirms the same information. The Google data shows that about 100 grams of molasses gives you about 219 calories because it contains about 75 grams of total sugar. The USDA data also gives the same information, plus it tells that the molasses contains about 30% sucrose, 12% glucose and 12% fructose as well. The Google data shows that about 100 grams of brown sugar gives you about 380 calories because it contains about 98 grams of total carbohydrates, which contain about 97 grams of total sugar. The USDA data splits this information and tells that it contains about 94% sucrose, 1.35% glucose and 1.11% fructose. Finally, Google didn't provide nutritional data link from USDA about the jaggery. Hence, we searched it directly from USDA. It gives about 375 calories of energy from 100 grams because it contains about 100 grams of total sugars. Obvious that the same amount of all these sugars provide the same amount of energy and have similar effect on the energy metabolism in our bodies. So, the takeaway from this discussion is that the danger does not lie in the type of sugar, it's the amount of sugar which is dangerous for our health. So, my recommendation is that you must avoid sugar in excess amount to 10% of your daily total calorie requirement and keep a careful check on the total amount of added sugar you consume from various food products. So, after this lecture, are you able to tell which sugar is better, industrially produced sugar or jaggery? What is the difference in calories provided by the brown sugar and the table sugar? How much sugar should we eat daily? This lecture was directly related to your life and health. I hope you would have liked it. Should you have more questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments. See you.